All right, everyone, welcome to our Ohana Zoom training Rise. So we all rise together by lifting each other up, and every other Monday we come together and we do these live Zoom trainings. And each week is different each time we. So usually it's kind of whatever is being asked for, or something that's going on with that week or that season or that month, or maybe even something that's kind of laid on my heart, or something that our leaders are asking for. So each week varies. But my name is Danny. I am your Ohana director, so your Ohana mama. First of all, let me give a huge round of applause to everyone for last month and all the sponsoring. We sponsored as a group 167 new consultants in Ohana, which landed us one of the top teams in the entire company for last month in recruiting. That's pretty phenomenal, you guys. I'm pretty stoked about that and so proud. Okay, so this evening I wanted to talk with you guys about the beast called fear. Yeah, so I figured with a lot of people, a lot of newbies that we have, I'm sure a lot of you guys are kind of running into the fear aspect. And maybe you're not new. Maybe you have now stepped into a leader position. Maybe you recruited a new team last month and now you're like, oh crap, I'm responsible for more people than just myself. And so fear starts setting in for that. So we're going to talk about fear overall. So I was doing a little bit of research, and over 60% of our entrepreneurs feel some kind of fear on a daily basis. And fear of, and the kinds of fears that I was reading about range from fear of being mediocre, fear of acceptance, fear of taking risks, fear of failure. Any of these sound familiar? Yeah? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about fear. So the great thing about fear, you guys, is you get to control it. All the things that you're afraid of, so whether it is fear of taking risks, or being a failure, or being mediocre, or fear of being accepted, guess what? All of that is things you are in control of. And what is one of the best ways to conquer fear? Learning. And one of the quotes I came across that I love is, learning is a powerful antidote for the fear of failure, okay? Helping mitigate one's doubts by increasing one's capabilities. So when you are, for example, let's say you're about to party, a home party for the very first time, right? You get scared? Anyone? I've totally been, every time I do a home party, I'm like, and why? Maybe you're a little bit out of practice. Maybe you're a little bit unsure of what if I get asked a question I don't know the answer to. So there's a lot of times where we just feel basically unprepared, right? And how do you prepare for that kind of fear? By making sure that you know your stuff. And all that information is readily available anywhere. You can know your products by the workstation, by our team pages, by your product training guide. There's the more knowledge you have, knowledge is power, you guys. So the more knowledge you have about your products, about your company, about why Scentsy, or whatever it is you're doing, is the best, not only for you, but for your customers or whoever you're recommending it to. When you have that knowledge to back it up, you feel a lot more comfortable talking about it, right? If you don't have a diffuser, you have no idea anything about diffusers, and someone messages you or comes to you at a party and says, hey, so I was looking at this diffuser, but it's $130, right? And then all of a sudden your basic instinct is to go, oh, she's asking me about the most expensive product, and I don't know why they should spend that kind of money on that product, right? But if you know the ins and outs of why our diffusers are at the price point that they are and why it's worth that particular price point, then you feel a lot more equipped to handle questions like that. Same with the opportunity when you're having conversations for joining. When you know what you're tailoring your conversation to, when you are a little bit more well-versed and how a business opportunity like this could benefit whoever you're talking to, the fear kind of goes away. feel more equipped to deal with it. You have the power of knowledge. Let's see, and I wrote down some other stuff. Now, when you have fear, you can either let your fear push you to work harder and learn more, or you can let it pretty much make you want to hide, right? Hide underneath the covers, not want to come out, not want to figure out, not talk to anybody, not book those parties, not have those joint conversations. So you can let your fear motivate you to learn so you feel more confident, or you can let it cripple you. The great thing about any part of your business is that you're able to completely tailor it to you. Whether it's party types, whether it's anything within your business, you have complete control over to tailor it to your strengths, right? So maybe you don't feel all that comfortable going live on Facebook. Guess what? Figure out something that you are a little bit more comfortable. Start there. Now, comfort can be very debilitating when it comes to your business. It keeps you from growing. Being within that comfort zone kind of keeps you in a box, and you're not able to expand and grow as a person. But there's nothing wrong with building up to something. So when I very first started direct sales, this was back before they had Facebook Lives and everything else. What I used to do, I was really scared to take selfies or do videos. And since the vast majority of my business was on social media, it was kind of hard to run a successful business where people feel like they're making connection with me if they're not seeing me or hearing me or making that connection with a video or a picture or whatever. And so what I started to do to work my way up, instead of going and doing like a full-on live, is I would do these little 30 seconds and 30 days videos. So for 30 seconds every day, I would pick up a product or a tip or trick, and I would do a little video for 30 seconds because I figured I can suck it up for 30 seconds, right? And post these little videos. And so I did. And guess what? Those 30 seconds turned into like 60 seconds and then 90 seconds. And then now you really can't get me to shut up. So it really broadens how your comfort zone is trapping you. And then the great thing too is when people respond and they're like, oh, this was really great, or oh, you're so funny, or oh, you're so cute, or I didn't know this. This was awesome. Thank you so much. All of those are little boosts to your confidence that make you feel a little bit better, and think to yourself, well, maybe I do know a little bit more than I thought I did, or maybe I am a little bit better about this. The great thing too, guys, is whatever our fear is, our heads make it out to be about this much bigger than it actually is. So for example, my little guys started swim lessons this morning, right? Now, this is their third year in swim lessons. So we live in Florida, there's bodies of water everywhere. So I am a very big advocate for swim lessons, especially when you live in a place like where there's bodies of water all over the place. So anyway, my little guy, he's 5. And so I was psyching him up for swim lessons, and I was getting him dressed in his bathing suit. I'm like, buddy, are you ready to go start your swim lessons with Mr. Jeff, which is his instructor? And he's like, Mommy, I'm kind of scared. And I said, why? And he said, well, what if I forget to breathe underwater? Or what if ocean animals come and eat me while I'm in the pool? And so he's making up these big fears before we even get to where we're going for his swim lessons. And then he gets there, and he totally, within 2 seconds, was owning these swim lessons. He was swimming like a champ. In fact, usually every summer we do swim lessons for about 4 to 5 weeks, Monday through Friday. And his swim instructor looked at me this morning and he goes, he has done really well today. He may only need a week this summer. 1 week, Monday through Friday, to freshen up on things. So like his fears of his swim lessons today, they were kind of outlandish and the way we think about things. So are ocean animals going to eat him when he's in the pool? No, not really. Is he going to forget to breathe underwater? No, he'll be fine. Instinct will kick in and say, oh, there's log home mom. And same thing with you guys. Whenever we think about a party or a whatever, a joint conversation we're about to have with someone, or anything new that we're trying with our business, usually what we're making it out to be in our heads is way bigger than it actually is. We always think what worst case scenarios. And then when we finally get there, it's a lot easier, or a lot we're more equipped than we give ourselves credit for. The great thing about fear, like I mentioned earlier, guys, is we are in control of all these things. If you feel like you don't know enough, guess what? You have control of your amount of learning, of going out and taking control of learning. And sometimes we think, okay, well, maybe I'm not as good as her though, right? First of all, don't let your ice cream melt by counting someone else's sprinkles, okay? Don't sit there and compare your journey to hers, or how she's doing her business better than you are. Instead of looking at these people as threats to you and your business, look at them as assets. How can you learn from someone, right? And yes, maybe some people are a little bit more naturally people, you know, oh, she's more of a people person, or oh, she's more personable, or she's more comfortable on camera, or whatever. But let me tell you guys, and I love this quote: hard work beats talent when talent doesn't do hard work. So if you've got people that maybe have natural talent, maybe they're a natural people person, but they're not doing the hard work, that talent that they have will only serve them so much. And you can be so much better than someone who has a natural talent if you actually apply and work and equip yourself with the things that it would take for you to be successful. Start raising your standards, guys. You are so much better than you give yourselves credit for. You are smart. You are talented. You have the ability to learn all of the things that you are afraid of and rock them. And the great thing too, guys, is you're able to seek support. Okay. Now, when I say this, I mean, surround yourself with people that are not only going to lift you up, but also are going to hold you accountable, okay? Don't surround yourself with people that are going to enable you. If you come, Megan, I'm going to use you as an example because I'm looking at you. Megan comes to me and she says, oh, Danny, I'm so scared. I'm super nervous about doing a home party, okay? I have one of two options. Girlfriend, no, what are you scared of? Let me walk you through this, right? Or let me help. Let's do a refresher. What's going on, right? Or I could be like, you know what? Home parties are really scary. I don't blame you. That's really, yeah. Maybe you should ask her to do a basket party instead, right? No, do not allow yourself to be surrounded by people that are going to enable your fears. Have a circle that is going to make you rise, not keep you down in your comfort zone, okay? Stop saying, I hope so, right? If someone comes to you and says, or if you see that new incentive launch, right, since he just announced the slingshot incentive, right, and you're like, oh man, I hope I earn it. Girlfriend, you're already shooting yourself in the foot. I will earn it. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to work as hard as I can, and if I don't earn it, I am going to be better, at least better than I was when I started, right? I don't want to hear that I hope crap. That is crap. Oh, I hope I promote. Oh, I hope I sponsor. Oh, I hope I book some parties. Nope. You either do it or you don't. Stop saying you're busy. Start saying, no, it's not a priority, right? Instead of saying, I don't have time for that, or I'm too busy for that, start saying, that's not a priority, and see how that feels. You know, oh, have you booked some parties yet? No, I've been really busy. Have you booked some parties yet? No, it's not been a priority. Right? Have you had those 10 join conversations this month? No, I've been so busy this month. Nope, it's not been a priority. Right? So when things aren't priority, you're allowing your fear to keep you down. You're allowing your fear of, I don't have time to work my business, or my business will get in the way of different things. Let me tell you what, you can have. Remember the training, the fire that Chelsea Otto brought to our team page last night? If you guys have not watched that live video, please do so immediately, because absolutely incredible. Superstar director Chelsea Otto went live on our team page about making big money, you guys. And do you think she got there by saying, I hope so, right? Or by pushing things off? Her husband has brain cancer, right? Her husband almost died. Their team grew to over 1,300 people last month. Do you think that she let all of the things that could be excuses keep her from working her business and making her money and providing for her family? No, instead of using those as excuses, she uses those as her whys, right? Do not let fear cripple you. Let it empower you. What else did I have written down? I think that was all of my notes. Do you guys have any questions, comments? Hold on, there's a chat. I forgot to open the chat. All right. The videos took off and made her Facebook famous. Let's see. Cool. Shout out to the mama on here listening while she's taking care of her baby. Exactly. You guys know, you want to know here, and I don't say this to brag, but the day I came home from the hospital with Reese, I just had Reese. She was less than 3 days old. The night I came home, I had a Facebook party. I strapped my baby in my backpack, my little front-facing backpack. I had her in my backpack, and I did a Facebook party the night I came home from the hospital. The girl, my host, said, hey, do you want to reschedule this? I said, heck no, let's do it, right? Newborn sleep, that's totally cool. And hey, if she starts crying, everyone's going to go, oh, and no one's going to mind if I stop, right? You have to cut that thing early. No way. Do not let things stop you, guys. Use it as your reasons to keep going. Mama had goals. I had a baby, but I also had goals. So use them as your whys. Awesome. Any other questions, comments, you guys? So as you all, I know a lot of you guys are new on here. So as you're starting your new businesses, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already had your launch parties. A lot of you guys have already started booking parties on your own. Oh, and this is the other thing I wanted to mention too. Guys, okay. So if you come to me and you say, Danny, I want to do a Facebook party, but I'm really nervous. What are you nervous about? Well, I don't know if I'll mess up, or if I don't know if I'll know enough. I don't know if I'll have enough product. Guess what? Your customers would have no idea. No idea. How many Facebook parties do you think they've attended? Probably close to none. How many products do you think they think we have? Probably just glasses and warmers. So anything over that, that's a bonus, girlfriend. If you know your stuff, if you could tell them that warmers poof glitter, and they would have no idea. What? They do? Yeah, they would have no idea. They're going to believe whatever you tell them. Now tell them correct information. But if you forget to tell them something, if you forget to say our warmers are handcrafted, or if you forget this or you forget that, guess what, y'all? You know who will remember? You. And you're not going to let yourself forget it the next time, because you're going to be sitting there going, all right, last time I forgot to mention that our warmers are handcrafted. Got to mention it this time, right? And you are going, and you will. You every time look at whatever it is that you messed on or you felt you failed on, and use that as a building block for next time, right? And everyone knows you're new. It's okay. And you can even tell them, guys, look, this is my first Facebook party, so you're kind of like my guinea pig, so hang on, right? This is going to be a roller coaster this evening. And go from there. They're going to have no idea if you're doing it right or not. Just keep going. They have no idea if this is all the products that we have. Keep going. Talk to them about it. And they're not going to have any clue. And you just keep building it from next time. It is not a failure. It is a lesson learned. Do you know the product 409, the cleaning product 409? Have you guys ever heard of that? Right? Okay. Do you know why it's called 409? Because it took 409 tries to make that particular recipe of cleaner. Right? So nobody else knows about the 408 times, right? But they know that 409, and when you nail it, you're gonna be like, yes. So you keep going until you nail it. Right, 409 times, or however many times it takes you to nail it. So just keep going, and every time it doesn't work out, you know what needs to be better the next time, right? Any questions, you guys? Anything?
I have fallen on my butt during a live video and I still made sales.
Yeah.
So if you can fall and laugh it off with people, you're still good.
I literally had a cockroach crawl across my foot during a Facebook Live. I looked down and I'm like, what is that? Oh my God. And I started screaming and everyone thought it was hilarious. It's totally fine. I've broken stuff on a live before because I do it over here on my built-ins and there's a tile shelf thing here. I was talking about body products. I picked up my fragrance roller, dropped it, shattered right there. Totally cool. And I'm like, well, there you go. Hashtag live, right? All the fun things. And let me tell you guys, perfection is not relatable, right? When you go on YouTube and you watch some girl who's gorgeous from head to toe and her video is perfectly edited and the lighting is perfect and the cuts and the and everything's going in and out. Do you look at that and say, oh, I can do that? No, you look at that and go, well, she must have a lot of time on here in her hands. There's no way I could commit to something like that. Perfection is not relatable. You want to have something that someone looks at you and says, well, damn, if she can do it, I can do it, right? You have babies screaming in the background. That's why whenever I have like our new all-purpose cleaner, when it came out, girlfriends, I went to the dirtiest places in my house and I went live. And I'm talking like my scummy showers, my disgusting car where I've taken the car seats out and there's like 6 months of snack crumbs all over the place, right? Why? Because that's relatable. If I see another mama going live with her disgusting car, I'm going, preach, girlfriend, I'm right there with you. My car is just as gross, right? People can relate to that. They cannot relate to perfection. So when you see Kim Kardashian, you go, yeah, that's my homegirl. I feel relatable to her. No, you see some girl with maybe some cottage cheese going on. She's got maybe a little bit more curves than she prefers to. And you're like, girlfriend, I feel you. I feel you right there. Right? Right? The beach is going to get whatever body I give it. That's what you relate to, not some perfection thing. So when you have someone look at you and go, man, her life is crazy. She is hot mess. She's got it going on. She's got kids screaming on in the background, and she can still pull this off. Maybe I can too. That's the point. That's the point, you guys. Awesome. Any other questions, comments, anything? No? All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. Hold on, I'm going to take our picture so that I can shame everyone who's not here. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, y'all? All right, ready? 1, 2, smile. There we go. All right. Awesome. Well, guys, again, we do this every other Monday, so each time it's going to be a different topic. I hope you found this helpful, and I wish you guys the best luck in our new month and your new businesses. And leaders, way to go and leading all of your newbies. This is amazing. Okay, so I will talk to you all later, okay? Bye. End recording.